Hey, everybody! Welcome back. It's Mishta, and I have a lot more madness. And today it's been a wicked good madness. Today, my counselor told me I may not have to see her every week anymore. Actually, she said I may not have to see her at all anymore unless I have some kind of issue in the future. I mean, this may not be a big deal to everyone else, but to me, it's a huge deal. I've been in therapy like my whole life. Different places I've lived, I've been in therapy because I've had so many like psychiatric issues with, from when I was young. I had anxiety and like outbursts of anger and like crazy things. And I had ADHD my whole life. And they put me on all kinds of medications my whole life. And I was even institutionalized for a little while because of my depression and the fact that I tried to commit suicide once. And I was a very young teenager, and so it was very odd. Like, this was way before I even tried partying or anything like that. It was like when I was super young, and I had all these crazy night terrors from when I was even, a tiny, tiny kid. And so I've had all these crazy things and been on all this medication and had therapy my whole life. And now, the first time in freaking probably my whole life, I am not on any medication except for my HIV meds. And my therapist said I may not have to see her anymore. So this is freaking great. You don't even know how long it took after like being on all the medication as a teenager and then being institutionalized for a while and having that. I mean, I had electric shock therapy done to me so much to where I didn't even know who I was for like probably almost like 6 months, and like was walking around like a zombie on like I think Thorazine or some kind of crazy. I don't remember. It was so long ago, and I try to put that behind me and move on now. And still throughout my adult life, I was on different medications and did all this crazy stuff. And I mean, it just, I went through times of being more depressed, tried to commit suicide because of the meds, and just having all this crazy stuff happen, being in relationships that were bad because I didn't think I was worth more than that. So much crazy stuff that I did to myself. And it was mostly a result of having psychiatric issues, and I think having doctors way over medicate me as a young person and not giving me the right therapy that I needed and the tools to do things without all the meds. And now finally, after like almost 50 years, I am now getting to be no psychiatric meds, no pain or nerve meds, only cannabis oil, which is mostly CBD oil. I smoke my other cannabis to help with anxiety and a little bit of ADHD and sleep and appetite. And so that does what 5 different pills would do, which I was on for a while. And so I'm off all those pills. And yes, this is amazing. And I'm not on anything for depression. I'm not on anything for panic attacks or anything like that. And this is freaking amazing. And now my therapist is telling me I probably don't have to see her for, unless something crazy happens. I told her, well, if the biopsy comes back malignant, I might want to see her again. She said, don't tell me, cool. But, until then, I'm being healthier, psychologically healthier, physically healthier. And, I mean, this is better than I have been ever in my life. I mean, it's freaking amazing. You have no idea. And I am like, it's amazing. I'm going to celebrate by having pizza and ginger beer, non-alcoholic. And yeah, I mean, it's amazing. And I can't, not that I don't drink. I mean, I can if I want to. I don't have a problem with alcohol. I don't really like tea that much. It's, I don't like the hangovers now. I'm too old for that. And yeah, so yeah, this is amazing. I can't even believe that I'm off all those meds. And I mean, the electric shock therapy is so far back in my past that I don't even have to stress on it anymore. Like, I have very few triggers anymore even. And when I do have a slight one, I can handle it. And I know the tools to deal with it. And It's freaking amazing. You don't even know. And to top it all off, the exercising I've been doing. I mean, I think in my last video I mentioned that I was going to do exercising to not think about the biopsy and to put my mind towards doing the sword experience. And I have been working out. Well, I started working out 2 days a week and then doing my own little workout on my own. And it wasn't even as productive and as full-bodied as what I do at the gym twice a week. And then the next week I upped it to 3 times a week. And then the next week I did 5 times. That was last week. And this week I'm going to do 5 times again. And I'm thinking next week I might take 2 classes in a day, 1 or 2 of the days of the 5 days that I work out. I hope that made sense. I'm going to keep working about 5 days a week, but there's 2 days that I might be able to do 2 classes. And so that'll be freaking awesome. And so I'm stepping it up even more to have more endurance, more freaking power, more strength, and just more freaking self-confidence for this sort of experience. And I'm so excited. I am truly living my best life. Even if I'm a little scattered sometimes or a little excited, I don't care. This is who I get to be now, and it's amazing. And I am so happy that even if I have a bad biopsy or if it comes back malignant, I'll deal with it. I'll handle it, and I'll handle it in a good way and constructively, and not go and get into a bad relationship because I don't think I deserve more, or not go get into a, crazy situation helping people that would just, take advantage of me. I don't have to do any of that just because I'm going through something stressful on my own. I can handle it, and I can still work out. I can eat good, and I can just live my best life, and I think that's the way I can handle it, and it's the best for me. I mean, granted, when I was younger, maybe I need some of those psychiatric meds. I really had trouble with the night terrors, wanting to try to kill myself, and that was all when I was a young child, and then preteen. This was even before I was a teenager. When I was 8 and 10 is when they started putting me on meds and doing some forms of electric shock, and yeah, it sucked. So yeah, and then it all got worse and worse. The stronger meds, the more electric shock. It just compounded more and more throughout the years. I mean, because I grew up back east in New Hampshire, so back there it was a little slower on getting to do more progressive therapy for psychiatric meds or psychiatric patients. It was really hard for any of us, no matter if they were worse than me or not, to get some of the other kind of treatments that weren't just medicate them, and make them submissive. That wasn't really the best for me, and I don't think it was the best for a lot of people, but some of them maybe needed it. But I don't think I was that bad as far as after the first few years. I think that I started trying to get a handle on it, but I think they kept over medicating me so much that I don't even remember quite a few years of my life. And this was in grade school, in middle school, and I'm like, oh, really? Are you kidding me? That's pretty crazy to have a lot of time that you don't even remember what you did or how you just kind of tried to make it through each day and not have any kind of situation, and that's kind of a crappy way to live. And so I'm not saying that everybody that's supposed to be on psych meds should be off them. No, there are a lot of people that need to be on them. In fact, I have a friend of mine that was just saying some of her bad side effects she was having on Facebook, and it's scary to have those kind of side effects. It's scary to have them make you for the pills to affect you more than benefit you. And they affect you in a negative way sometimes more than they benefit you, and it's really scary. And then sometimes it's a 50-50, and you have to figure out if that's going to work in your life, or are you going to, end up killing yourself because you refuse to eat, or you forget to eat, or you are hurting yourself because you are having other issues like scratching and itching and freaking all that. Is that a better solution to changing meds or finding better ways to deal with it? I don't know. each person is different, and every person should listen to their doctor and therapist and have other people besides just one doctor telling you what's going on. I mean, it's good to have a doctor that's a main doctor, but it's also good to, if you have side effects or craziness going on, to talk to that doctor and to talk to a therapist and tell them what's going on. Because I think that if I had therapists my whole life instead of being medicated and then having therapists later on as a teenager and young adult, I think that the therapy would have helped at a younger age to be able to have better tools then, and then been weaned off the meds earlier. Because I think they did a lot of crazy stuff to me to where when I finally got away from all that, I barely even knew who I was and did not even know how to be a person anymore and function in the real world at all. And so that's a huge deal for someone to go through, and to be able to just try to be getting away for their life's sake, and to be trying to take things into their own hands as far as like not being a zombie person. And so for me, some of that medication might have been good when I was younger, but I think that they overdid it a lot for me, and it was hard to make a comeback from that, and it was very crazy. So I'm glad that I made it through it, and I'm glad that I didn't do worse things trying to self-medicate or trying to find out who I was. I did a lot of things that were kind of crazy after having all that medication and being institutionalized and all that, and none of it was good. None of all that was good. And I think that if I had been treated differently, maybe when I was younger, I might not have led to all this other crazy trying to escape from everything and crap. So, I don't know. Who knows? I can't take all that back, but you know what I can do is understand that all of that makes me who I am now, and I can use that to be a better person and to live my best life now, and to keep it motivating me to exercise, and to keep it motivating me to not have to be on psych meds or not have to do any kind of, self-medicating. They had me on Adderall for years as an actual adult, and it was crazy. It was crazy. It did help in the beginning, and it was really cool. So, I'm not trying to say that all doctors were bad that tried to help me with medication. I'm trying to say that it kind of got carried away after a while, and then when they take you off meds cold turkey because they go, oh, this isn't working, or we don't want to prescribe that kind of stuff anymore, they just go boom, and they take you off that and try to put you on something totally different, and you're like, your body needs to adjust, and it doesn't have any time to, and it can really mess with you. And so I think that going through so many different doctors and having so many different things like that happen, it really affected me. But it affected me in a way that I ended up being able to come out on top. And I am really excited that I got this news today from my therapist. And I just wanted to share that with you guys, that I have been doing super good. I've been really focusing on trying to do my workouts every single day. Some of them are at 6 o'clock in the morning, and that's so early when you work till 10 o'clock at night. But I go and I do it, and then the other ones are like later in the day, and I can handle those better. But after I do it, I feel so much better. And, so I'm trying not to be too excited, and it's not working. I even tried to smoke a bunch to calm down, but I'm just too excited. This is the first time that I have been on no kind of medication and going to be on no therapy, and woo! I can do this. And I'm just going to live my best life and have a great time, no matter what happens with the staying biopsy and all that. I can do it, and I have faith in myself. And this is the first time in my life that I've actually had faith in myself and thought I was worth more than crap. So this is awesome. So yes, and it takes a lot to change your attitude about yourself sometimes, and the way life has treated you and the way you thought you should be treated. So I hope this was a good video. I don't want to keep rambling on and on because I know I have already enough, but I'm really excited about this. It's great news, and I can't believe it that I'm finally going to be on no medication no no therapy, and psychiatric therapy, psychiatric meds, only my HIV meds. Yay! And this is freaking awesome. And yeah, I'm really excited. So thank you everybody for watching and commenting, and I appreciate that if this can even just reach one person and help them have confidence in themselves or believe in themselves. If you're having bad side effects, talk to somebody about it. Even if it's just your friend, talk to someone about it. Tell them about it. Maybe you can get some good advice on what to do and how to make it better, because everybody deserves to live their best life, and you can do it too. And thank you for watching. Have a peaceful day.